August 13th, 2020. Mark your calendars, folks, because this seemingly ordinary day ignited a firestorm, a clash of titans that reverberated across the entire tech landscape. Fortnite, the global gaming juggernaut, vanished from the App Store like a puff of smoke. Poof, gone. And within hours, the battle lines weren't just drawn, they were etched in digital stone. Epic Games, the masterminds behind Fortnite, didn't just file a lawsuit. Oh no. They went nuclear. They launched what they dramatically dubbed Project Liberty. Talk about a declaration of digital war. Now let's rewind a bit. For years, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney, a name you should probably remember, had been a thorn in Apple's side. He was constantly railing against Apple's 30% commission on in-app purchases. Think of it like a hefty tax, and Sweeney felt it was not only unjust but downright monopolistic. He argued that Apple was essentially taking a cut of everyone's hard-earned cash just for the privilege of being on their platform. But in 2020, Sweeney's simmering frustration boiled over. It wasn't just about the money, though that was a big part of it. It was about control, about freedom, about the very future of the digital marketplace. Sweeney took a gamble, a colossal risk, a move that sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley. He did something no other major player in the industry had dared to do. He challenged Apple directly, not with polite letters or strongly worded press releases, but with cold, hard action. Epic, in a move that can only be described as audacious, secretly updated Fortnite. They slipped in a feature that allowed players to buy V-Bucks, the in-game currency, directly from Epic, bypassing Apple's payment system entirely. Sneaky, right? But also incredibly bold. The result? Fortnite's in-game currency suddenly became cheaper. But there was a catch. This sweet deal was only available if players went through Epic, not Apple's meticulously controlled system. It was a calculated move, a deliberate provocation, a giant middle finger to Apple's walled garden. And Apple, predictably, didn't take it lying down. Boom! Apple retaliated swiftly and decisively. They banned Fortnite from the App Store. Just like that, gone. It was like pulling the plug on a global phenomenon. The gloves were officially off. What followed was a legal and PR battle royale of epic proportions. Epic wasn't just suing Apple. They were launching a full-scale PR blitz, a campaign to win the hearts and minds of gamers and developers alike. And in a stroke of pure genius, or perhaps sheer audacity, Epic released a parody of Apple's iconic 1984 ad. Remember that one? The one with the hammer smashing the Big Brother screen? Epic flipped the script. Now, Apple wasn't the revolutionary, the underdog. Apple was the oppressive overlord, the very image of Big Brother they once rallied against. The message was crystal clear. Apple, once the disruptor, had become the establishment. They had grown into a behemoth, a monopoly controlling the App Store with an iron fist, stifling innovation and squeezing every last penny from developers. And the world, glued to their screens, was watching this drama unfold in real time. This wasn't just about Fortnite. This was about the future of the internet, about who controlled the gatekeepers of the digital world. Epic Games wasn't just fighting for Fortnite's return to the App Store. They were fighting a much larger battle. They were fighting to change the very rules of the game, the rules of the internet itself. If Epic succeeded, it could force Apple to crack open its walled garden, to allow competition within the App Store, to lower its exorbitant fees, and to give developers a fighting chance, a little breathing room. If Apple won, well, the status quo would remain. Apple's control would be cemented, and the power dynamic would remain firmly in their favor. The courtroom showdown finally arrived in 2021. Lawyers in sharp suits, arguments flying thick and fast, and a judge tasked with making a monumental decision. Epic argued that Apple was abusing its dominant market position, engaging in anti-competitive practices, essentially acting like a bully in the digital playground. Apple naturally countered that Epic had broken the rules, violated their contracts, and that they were perfectly within their rights to protect their platform. The verdict? A bit of a mixed bag, to be honest. No clear winner, no knockout punch. Both sides took some hits and both sides scored some points. Epic was ordered to pay damages to Apple for bypassing their payment system. Ouch. But, and this is a big but, Apple was forced to allow developers to include links and buttons in their apps that direct users to alternative payment options. A chink in Apple's armor, perhaps? A small victory for Epic? It depends on how you look at it. But Tim Sweeney, ever the rebel, wasn't satisfied. He wasn't about to back down. He appealed the ruling, doubling down on his fight. He's in it for the long haul, and the legal saga continues. But what does all this mean for the future of gaming, for the future of the internet, for the future of how we interact with technology? That's the million-dollar question, or perhaps the multi-billion-dollar question. If Epic ultimately prevails, it could be a game-changer. It could reshape the digital marketplace as we know it. It could force Apple to fundamentally rethink its control over the App Store, to loosen its grip on developers, and to play a little nicer. And it could pave the way for a new era of internet freedom, a world where developers have more autonomy, where competition thrives, and where consumers ultimately benefit. But even if Epic doesn't win outright, the battle has already had a profound impact. It has exposed the immense power that these tech giants wield, and it has ignited a conversation about the future of digital marketplaces. It's a conversation that's not going away anytime soon. But in this digital age, in this world of apps and ecosystems and walled gardens, the real question, the question that hangs over this entire saga, remains: who really holds the power?